Start. Alright, let's see if we got this. Excuse me. Maybe. Okay, Twitch is just taking its time. Visually looks fine. Twitch is just taking its time. And it sounds fine. So, hello, people of the internet. It is I, Soulrack Dragon, here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today we're just going to be chilling out and doing some nice and easy interludes, because the event's done. It was an okay event, all things considered, but definitely not in the top tier of events, but it was okay. So yeah, we're going to just be doing some interludes today. There is some news, I do believe, because we're also going to be doing these things at the gate. But first, the news. So, there is four technically, ongoing things. First is the May ticket exchange is now scales, pages, or stakes. I really wish it would be actual stakes, but oh well. Next is the ongoing summon campaign for Trom pre-release. Konstantinos, the 11th pickup. Hey, it's the guy from the Glasses event, Konstantinos. Let's see here. He is on rate up. He's a 5-star unit. Konstantinos, 5-star Rider class unit. Buster is his NP and is a Buster effectiveness, apply invincible to yourself and greatly increase defense for all. Okay, he has a Buster support NP on a Rider. Interesting. Konstantinos the 11th, the final emperor, arrives in glory to protect humanity. The last emperor of the Byzantine Empire, also known as the Eastern Roman Empire, Rome in all its greatness is said to have finally died with him. Upon the fall of Constantinople, even as the empire was on the verge of ruin, he fought to protect it. And this is him at his second ascension. His first ascension is probably what we saw in the Glasses event. You can see his NP on YouTube, and we have a trial quest available for him for a period of time, which will include a single ticket. And then there is the ongoing campaign, Realm of the Thanatos Impulse Trom, Life and Death of Illusion. The pre-release campaign is ongoing for quite a while, looks like until mid-June. So Leyline Stones have been returned for easy access through Avalon the Fae. Main story clear missions will also be added, so yep. Story clear missions have been added to the master missions. So I'm pretty sure those were added before. I vaguely recall already claiming these, but we'll check. Limited time interlude of servants related to Tron will be unlockable even if you don't own a copy of that servant. Other unlock will be changed to the special unlock requirements for a limited time. So we just have to note these so we don't actually do them. So I don't have Bradamante, I do have Vlad, I don't have Holmes, I do have Diarmund, I do have Siegfried, I do have Astolfo, I got Kio, I have Salome. So only Bradamante is the only servant I don't... Oh, and Holmes, I guess. All interludes for the above servants are included in this campaign. In the event you meet the requirements and clear an interlude, you do not own the rank up rewards provided will be applied when you obtain them should you obtain them in the future. Still count towards your extra mission progress. All interludes that are part of this campaign, if not cleared during the campaign, will no longer be available. You cannot re-challenge servant interludes you've already cleared. His trial quest is available. Leyline Stones are back. They've been added to the Mana Prism shop, so we don't need to worry about them. Quarter AP on all main quests. And free quests have half AP for Part 2 up to Chapter 6. That's going to last for a good week, so we probably will do some more of the Avalon LaFay free quests next week. Okay. And then the new info for the thing itself. So, Trom is going to drop in mid-May, so within the next week or two. You need to have cleared Tunguska in order to do this. Having conquered the British Lost Belt and NFF head HQ, Chaldea detects a massive singularity with an immeasurable humanity foundation value. It is a world split into 3 realms, each with its own king, where servants are ceaselessly summoned to battle each other. Chaldea's master is overwhelmed by the unthinkable sight of armies of servants clashing ceaselessly. As if to make things worse, an unseen hand slowly but surely reaches out for Master. Who could have done this and why? Most importantly, how did they summon so many servants? This is not a typical mission into a singularity. Who could this Master be? Some mysteries may be better left unsolved. Ooh, spooky! So that's Konstantinos. He's currently going to be added, and there are 5 more servants that are going to be added, it looks like. So lots of new servants. Lots of new servants. Okay, it doesn't look like... Yep, so I do get to claim those master mission things. Cool. So we're going to get 10, 20, 30 saplings, it looks like. 30 saplings, 300 mana prisms, a lore, 5 golden for each 3 rare prisms. Okay, not bad. And then, may as well claim the Leyline Stones, even though they have absolutely no use for me. And Scales of Fantasy will be the maze. And I have started to clear out the shop as well. I'm going to wait on the golden foes until I have all of them. Where did I claim that lore from? The 25 million download campaign login streak. Okay. Need to be sure of that. Login. And we don't touch the 1300 bronze saplings because that is a miniature flex. But yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, I forgot about this. The 20 million download campaign choose one SSR servant. Or SR servant. I completely forgot. Yeah, we should probably do that. Holy cow. Oh, I almost missed out. There's only 1 day left. I almost missed out because I completely forgot about this. Bargest. Welcome to Chaldea. I'm sorry, I almost forgot about you. Whoops. It's a good thing I checked there rather than went into the thing. Oh shit, that would have been terrible. Servant. Saber. I am Bargest, and I've come to answer to your summons. I may not have the right to say something like this, but... As a repayment for you attending and watching over the end of Britain, I will wield my sword for you until my life ends. Very noble of you, Bargest. Very noble indeed. So yeah, we got Bargest now. Because I paid attention to those things and totally remembered. What I meant to show was this event shop. I'm on dig number 12. I'm about halfway through the point ladder. And it's mainly the 5-star currency that I need to farm a lot of. So yeah, that's all stuff that I'm just slowly and steadily pushing my way through. Just do the other bit of maintenance work here. 57 days left for mana prisms. I'm not going to worry about that. I want everything else here. XP cards. Foe. And that'll be good for now. Yeah. I do have rare prisms, but I don't think there's anything in particular I would need. Yeah, I think I'm good for these. Just checking. Real quick glances. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. And the bronze exchange. Yeah, not gonna worry about the cobalt fruits right now. That's gonna be something for when I don't have the time to do this. So I think I'm gonna start things off by doing these 2 quests, and then we will do... I forgot about these as well. Completely forgot about these advanced quests. I'll worry about those another day as well. We're gonna do some interludes. I'm not sure whose we'll do, but we'll do some interludes, because we've got a lot of servants that need their interludes done. a lot of servants. And even more that I can't do, because they're not leveled. Anyways, let's start out with the Learning with Manga collab event. Quest thing. And... let's go to my clearing, my farming squad, maybe? Yeah, may as well. May as well. Kuro's fine. Ishtar, though, is going to get replaced with Bargus, since Bargus needs to get to Bond 5. I also need to get Bargus' first skill up to a 2. Keep my level up worthy. The Beast. That was a foreshadowing of the future. Future. Bunyan Jacket nursery rhyme. This is gonna be a little bit of a bullying. Your president? Well, I guess I'm about to be doing something really bad then. And I think I can do this to get some stars as well. Yeah. Boop bop beep. That'll work. Yeah, no kill quite like overkill. Bunyan, squish yourself. Well, that was an easy commemorative quest thing in the What's It? Very easy. The Atlas uniform is closing in on level 7. So even more learning with manga, FGO, craft essence. Although Bunyan joined the upper echelon of servant stardom after being added to FGO, that fame hasn't gone to her head at all. Even when she runs into former colleagues, she greets them with the same friendly attitude she always did, without a single sign of displeasure. I don't think young Bunyan has any sense of displeasure, though, so... Alright, so next is this. Let's edit this party, because I'm not going to be using this party anymore, so completely reset the party. Alright, let's try and use the servants that are going to be involved in the upcoming Trom thing that I possess. So, from the lower ranks, I know there was Salome, who is an assassin, right? Or is she a berserker? Yep, she's a berserker. I remember seeing Kyo, Hime. Who else did I see? I saw Astolfo amongst them. Astolfo. I saw Sumanai. And who else was there? I feel like there was more. I'm just drawing a blank here. I'm gonna have to look it up because I can't remember. I know Bradamante and Sherlock were there as well, but I can't recall who else. Oh, let's see here. Vlad and Diarmund. But Vlad! Oh, Vlad. Where are you? I don't remember what bond you are. You're not bond 10, but not bond 7. Are you bond 6, Vlad? You're bond 6. Vlad, there we go. And then backline can have bond boostings, because why not? Why not? If I can find them all. Because Caldea Tea Time was the one that I had been, lunchtime had been the one I was boosting with all the Valentine's CEs. I'm just very possibly blind here, because I'm not seeing my other ones. There we go. Dinner. Let's kind of mean to make Kiyohime hold a CE of me and Mash, you know, having a romantic gesture, but oh well. NT. There we go. This'll do. Hopefully. But yeah, after this, we will officially be all caught up with that, so we will be able to do some interludes. Possibly for these servants that I have. We're gonna save Konstantinos' NP for the final wave. That was a pretty cool buster attack. Okay. I'm not really sure what his theme is. His buster, he summoned a literal chain out of the earth. But his arts, he called on a volley of arrows, like from the men that he likely leads. Sumanai is probably not going to get to do much of anything. Except for possibly NPing? I don't know. Let's see a be a cute combo from you, Konstantinos. Okay. That was a different one. So he sort of has a blend of doing stuff himself and calling upon his men to assist. Okay. Spriggan. If I can get a Brave Chain with Konstantinos, I do not. So let's see what his skills are. So Konstantinos the 11th. First skill is Hagia Sophia's Prayer C. Looks like it will be a 6-turn cooldown at fully leveled. MP gain for 1 turn and target focus for yourself, as well as gain some crit stars. Let's go ahead and do that. Crit stars will be useful. Emperor's Decline, EX, increase attack and buster heart effectiveness for 3 turns for all allies, and the crit strength of all Roman allies for 3 turns. And the third skill, Demise Privilege C, increase MP gauge and crit strength for 3 turns. Gain crit stars each turn for 3 turns. Apply increase MP gauge and crit strength and crit stars each turn for 1 ally in the back, excluding yourself when you're defeated. Interesting. So he buffs the backline then. Okay. That's a new mechanic, I feel. The only other servants that really interact with the backline are Summer BB with her swap and Miss Crane. Ooh. So his NP is based on the last stand of Rome, essentially. Interesting. It's very visually impactful NP. Not gonna lie there. That looked beautiful. And we get a ticket. Nice. Alright. So, now I have to decide. I have 55 tickets. I can throw a ticket summon at him, right? I don't know. Yeah, I think I can afford to throw a ticket summon on ticket tenor at his way. Yeah, you know what? Let's throw a ticket tenor the way of Konstantinos the 11th. In honor of the Glasses event from which he originated, in which he was kind of okay. Welcome, Guardian. Welcome to the stream. Happy things, happy things. You spent today finally getting your Sonoji Mr. Sojirio Suzuki MP5. Aoko refuses to come home, and you lucked out on Alice. Oh, you're talking about the JP event, the crossover collab event. That's the proper term. Well, so Sonoji, I believe, was the welfare. Alice was a 4-star, and Aoko was the 5-star, right? 2 years on NA, indeed, indeed. But I'm glad to hear that it's fun. I have heard that people are happy that... both Alice and Aoko are 5 stars. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I hear that a lot of people are kind of happy that JP has a good event going on, while we have a very contentious event going on. I guess even in the original release in JP, the Bunyan event was not that well received. About the characterization of Super Bunyan. And I can agree, there is some definite hiccups with the event. It had its rough patches, but it was okay. Not the strongest, but you ignore it in JV, that's how meh it was. Fair. Completely fair. It was definitely on the lower end of events. I will say that much. The Bunyan event was definitely on the lower tier of how good they were. Bunyan herself seems like a very powerful servant. And honestly, Bunyan is probably the weakest out of the characterization of all the servants in the event. The Daikokuten were very funny, and Mary, or yeah, the freebie from the FP Gacha, she actually has some good characterization. She has some good characterization in the event, and you know, I like her as a servant. She seems interesting. NA was nice. You got the Daikokuten and the freebie. And who did I just get? Liz! I got rare prisms, because I'm pretty sure my Liz is already NP5. But, you know what? There's probably... I don't know how much time there is still in the JP event, but maybe Aoko will come home. Maybe Aoko will still come home. Ooh, fragment of 2030. I'll gladly take that. Gladly take a fragment. Yeah, you still have plenty of time to get her. Plenty of time. You'll get her. I believe. I would give you a blessing, but it's been proven that my blessings tend to be curses, so I will not give you my blessing on that matter. But, just to check though, Guardian, did you claim your free 4-star servant in NA? Because I almost forgot to. Was that my... was that my 6th copy of Fragment? That was my 6th copy of Fragment 2030. Nice. Yeah, I almost forgot. When I started today's stream, I always start on, you know, the main event stream, and I did the news, and I wanted to show off the progress I made in this event, so rather than clicking on the event here, I decided to click on the event shop, and then I saw the exchange thing, and it's like, oh shoot, I completely forgot about that. And it expires tomorrow, so yeah, that was almost bad. That was almost bad for me. Alright, I'm going to really quickly put Bargus, who was my choice, her first skill up to a 2. Oh, Bargus, there you are. Alright, I think that's enough dilly-dallying. Let me really quickly check. Is my Liz NP5? My Liz is very clearly NP5, so we will burn the extras. And do some interludes. There we go. He had to tell a new player to skip the story yesterday so he could snag the SR. He got the Valkyries. He then got Osaka Bihime, decided he liked the game too enough and did Noob GSSR, and got Kintoki and Okita Saber. Nice! That is some very solid pools. And, yeah, Valkyries. Valkyries are very, very nice. They are, at the very least, Ortland. She is very close to waifu status, is all I'm going to say. Alright, so, now it's time for the interludes. I don't want to burn any apples, so I have 135 interludes to get. 135 interludes to get as many AP done as I can. Reverse that. So 135 AP to get as many interludes done as I can, and I do not want to do Bradamante or Holmes because I do not have them, and these two I do not want to do because they are not leveled. So the question becomes, who should I do? Bedi is a free 18, so that's not bad. He naturally ended up liking Quick Servants. Ooh, Quick is meta, especially upcoming year. Quick will be very... Quick is going to be in very nice with Summer Scotty, from what I can recall. But, so, Bedi would be a free 18. Shiron would be another free 18. Sai would be 21. Decisions. Is there anybody that I do think to... Ooh, Kama. Kama's an official waifu now, so I think I'm legally obligated to do Kama's interlude first. Yeah, because Kama has officially made it onto my waifu rankings, I am legally obligated to do all of the waifus' interludes. So we're going to do Kama's. You have to skip Summer Sky, saving up for Beast Nero. Guess you have to drive her in the GSSR. Yeah. I mean, I do know Beast Nero is coming, but I don't know when. My knowledge of future servants are very much, sparse. Like, the only servants I know coming out for the remainder of this year are the summer servants. I'm pretty sure we're getting another version of Liz sometime this year. And I know that sometime this year we're getting Don Quixote, who I am going for. Don Quixote will be coming to my Chaldea. But that's all I know as far as servants upcoming here, so I look forward to seeing who will actually be out. Like, I didn't even recognize any of the silhouettes for the upcoming Trom Singularity. So I look forward to seeing who's going to be there and seeing if I'm going to end up having to splurge and roll for any of them. Anyways, the interlude, whoops. The following testimonies were provided by eyewitnesses who made contact with the target both before and after the anomaly. No, I don't remember doing or saying anything particularly unusual. Since I'm a god of love as well, I just thought we could work together to double our faith in to double the earthly benefits those confused about love stand to gain by following a god's teachings. All I did was suggest that she reconsider my eminently reasonable proposal to work together to maximize our respective returns. Who, me? I didn't do anything. I just asked her to lend me her bow for a little bit, since she wasn't using it anyway. I even wrote an affidavit swearing I'd only use it for a single person, but she still turned me down. It was such a shame. Huh? Hang on, why are you talking to me now? How did you find out I also want to borrow her bow and arrows? Double out faith and wallet. How Kieri of her. Yep. Karen truly is Kieri's daughter. You got all wrong. I was just thinking I should practice my archery skills in this form for once. It had nothing to do with getting the hotties to fall for me. I plead the fifth. Well, hey, she always looks like she's got time on her hands, so I figured I was pretty much obligated to invite her to hang out. Huh? How often? Well, lately I'd say I've been coming every day and night. The best time is the time you're living right now. That's my motto and I'm sticking to it. Hehehe, woo! Oh, sigh. Needless to say, Kama wasn't thrilled about any of that. And that is how she reacted. I see, so that's why she's like this now. She's out like a light. Her expression's completely blank, and she's crossed her arms over her chest. Yeah, I know, she must be mimicking a mummy. No, she isn't. I was a pharaoh, so I know mummies, and that is not a mummy pose at all. Nina Chris just... I wonder if that's a good way to, get Nita Chris to pop up, just say, man, look at how this person's laying. They must be like a mummy. I wonder if you laid like a mummy, if that would be a good Nita Chris catalyst. I mean, not that I need Nita Chris, though. I've already got her NP5, so... Maybe for the new players that want the Nito Burrito, that can be their catalyst to lay like a mummy. She's simply fast asleep with her arms forming an X. Damn, really? This year on JP's been weird. There are nice servants, but nothing stood out until this collab event. I can't really recall. Yeah, I don't think I've actually looked into any servants that have been released this year on JP. I know that there was some main story thing released in JP, but I'm trying to make sure I go blind into the story as much as possible, so I don't even know what the main story thing was about. And I don't know the associated servants with said main story, so, I don't really know what else has happened in JP this year, to be honest. Earlier this year was kind of a hard focus on school life for me. Man, I only came here because I heard Camacho had gone all Sleeping Beauty on us. Hey, Camacho, wake up, Camacho, or I'm gonna draw all over your face. And I'm not just talking a few scribbles here and there. Check it out, I brought in a bona fide artist who's maybe a wonky in the head, if you do us the honor, teacher. This is why you brought me here? Can't say I was expecting this. Still, getting to use a genuine celestial maiden's face as a canvas with permission ain't the kind of thing you can do every day. I could always paint some kabuki-style Komodori stage makeup on her, or I could go a whole nother route and paint another pretty lady on top of her so people can enjoy looking at a pretty lady while they're looking at a pretty lady. Damn, she's way more into this idea than I expected. I just hope a little scrolling on her face is enough to actually wake her up. I've tried all sorts of things, but I haven't been able to snap her out of it. She's been sleeping like this for several days now. Wow, really? In fact, I think this pose she's taken expresses her current state of mind. Which is to say, she's gone to bed in a super huff. A super huff, huh? That's right, Kama's never been very proactive when it comes to her job. But now she's outright boycotting it. More so than usual, I mean. She's completely forsaken her servant duties and has retreated to her own mind even more than Osaka Behime retreats into her room. I suspect the X she's making with her arms is meant to convey her own intense defeatist attitude. Something like, I can't do this anymore, please don't wake me up for anything. Based on the eyewitness testimonies I heard earlier, I'm guessing she had it with all the teasing and her frustrations finally boiled over. You know how Kama likes to hold all the cards and go on the offensive in any given situation, right? That's Kama. All offense and no defense. That's Kama. Refused to farm odd-numbered nodes. Oh, Kama. But many servants here are, let's say, unflappable, which makes our usual tactics completely ineffective against them. So, I see. So she's abandoned her duty and given herself over to a slothful slumber. I may just be passing by, but since I'm one of Master's servants as well, I can't just ignore this. Isn't there anything we can do to wake her up? Yep, cannot leave her like this. I'm sure if we I'm betting if we as her master held her hand, she would probably wake up, blushing hard. I did everything I could, but this spell is essentially a self-imposed seal. Any external stimuli or other half-hearted attempts we typically use to wake someone up just won't work. But if we can find the key to the spell, then I should be able to undo it. That key is probably inside her, so I've been doing my best to find it, but I'm afraid I haven't been successful. Damn, so this is beyond even your capabilities, huh, Parurun? That's an interesting name. Parurun? I'm certain the key must exist somewhere, given the nature of the spell, but it's strange that I haven't been able to find so much as a trace of it. Maybe she's using some unusual parameters no one would normally even think to try. Of course, the only time she'd fully apply herself is when she's trying to get out of doing her job. So then, there ain't anything we can do. No, there is. But I'm afraid I'll need your cooperation for it, Master. What can I do? Let me guess, I'm going into her mind. Thank you, Master. I'm glad to hear that. What I would like you to do is go inside Kama and look for the key directly. So, one interlude had Kama going inside us, and now we are going inside Kama. You know, I prefer her to be in her adult form if I'm going inside her. I'm just saying. Just saying. That involves using your magical energy connection with her to conceal your entry from the spell, so to speak. Which is why you're the only one who can do it. Oh, you're talking going into her dream. Okay, I get you now. We're now on the same page, Parvati. I'd be entering her dream world. Mindscape, dream world, subconscious space. There are many different terms for it, but yes, that's the general idea. Isn't that kind of dangerous? Maybe we ought to go with him. I don't think Kama would actually try to attack him there, but there is no way of being sure what might happen. Fortunately, by making Master the host body, so to speak, I can send a number of servants along with him. I'm glad Bebe taught me the spell needed to enter someone's mind like... Oh boy. Parvati, this spell, it's not going to have the kind of effect you want. I feel like we are going to be witnessing Kama's secret garden. However, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I already asked other servants to accompany him. I was hoping you would stay here and keep an eye on things while Master was away. Besides, I don't think Kama would be happy to see her right now, especially inside her mind. Yeah, well that's no problem at all then. So who'd you get to be Master's bodyguards? They should be showing up any mo- Oh, there they are now. Well, what the- those two? Who two? Who are my bodyguards? Another no battle note, okay. This seems like it's a free interlude. Okay, I just kind of thought it'd be fun to act all surprised, but those two actually do seem like a solid pick. First, the cool, beautiful, and exceedingly popular Tamlin Barghest. What's a Tamlin? She can't say. I don't really know either, for that matter. And then there was the fairy seamstress Habitat, aka Habicat. She's been killing it lately with the bridal gown industry. All that positivity and her surprisingly big personality for such a small gal made her a real hit. Camacho's never interacted with anyone like those two before, so it should make for some fun and novel situations. Indeed, Kama's both the god of love and capable of loving all of humanity, and the demon king of depravity. But since those two heroic spirits are neither human nor god, they should theoretically be better able to resist Kama's depravity. Okay, looks like they made it in safely. I'll try giving them a call. You're going to call us in a dream. Hello, can everybody hear me okay? A tin can phone in forever. We can hear you just fine, and there's nothing strange happening around us either. So this is what you meant when you said you needed some of my string, huh? I knew you would need a lifeline we could trust with Master's life, and your threat's phantasmal strength is certainly up to the task. It was also a fortunate stroke of luck that it can serve double duty as a means of communication. Status report, we appear to be in a city covered in fog, but we're not seeing any other people nearby. Understood. Thank you, Barghest. I'm counting on you and Habicat to keep Master safe. Thanks for coming with me, especially you, Barghest, who I only just remembered to add today. Of course, I'm simply doing my duty as your servant. Besides, I'm a little curious as to what a god of love is like. Even if I can't change how I act on my own romantic feelings, it should still be illuminating to learn about other forms of love. You can't have good marriage without love, so I'm interested too. I don't know what a god of love is like, though. Alright, you're in Kama's, let's call it her mindscape. Please be careful. It may look like it's based on reality, but there's every chance it operates on a completely different rules from the outside world. So what do we do first? Good question. For the time being, would you mind taking a look around at whatever catches your eye while Habicat continues unfurling her thread? If I'm right, there should be enough for you to run into her. Oh, and since Kama's likely to claim if she hears me, I'm going to keep my communications from here to a minimum. Fair. Very, very fair. I'll be keeping a close ear on things, though, so please don't hesitate to ask for my help. Okay then, I'll leave it to you. If we're done talking, then let's be on our way. I'll take the front, Master, you stay behind me, and Habitat, you bring up the rear. But remember, we are in enemy territory. Be on your guard and be prepared to act at a moment's notice. Man, you sure take things seriously, huh, Barghest? But hey, that's probably why you got chosen for bodyguard duty. Okay, let's go. Don't worry, my thread's super tough, and there's no way we'll get lost. Note, they got lost. I don't know a lot about human cities, but is this terrain usually like this? Remember, this is a servant's mindscape. There's little point in comparing it to the outside world. We could find an ocean in the middle of a city or a snowy mountain in the middle of a desert. Snowy mountain in the middle of a desert is actually very possible if the mountain has a high enough elevation. Just saying, Barghest. Just saying. Perhaps that is a sign of a free heart. Truly the stuff of dreams. Because we're in a dream right now. I've never heard you crack a joke before, Barghest. That, wasn't my intention. Hold on. Something's up ahead. Be careful. Oh, wow. You're right. Looks like a lost little kid wandering around, wondering which way to go. It's a comma! You found a wild comma. She's much smaller than usual. Master, what are you doing here? You've been asleep for days, and I have come to wake you up. You came all this way just for that. Oh, I see. Parvati must be behind this. Our connection was the only one I couldn't seal off, so of course she'd send in someone that way. Nice drink. Got you. There we go. She's all wrapped up in Bargast's chains. Mission accomplished. How disappointingly weak. Well, no matter. Master's safety comes first right now. Come on, let's go back. Hey, stop that. Do you have sprites for brains or something? If you must know, I'm just one part of Kama. She's been fractured and spread all across this mindscape. I'm not the key you need to awaken the main Kama. Bringing me back's not going to do any better than eating me. Really? You do seem a lot smaller than I was expecting. You're no bigger than a tiny fairy. You're not the main Kama then, huh? Well, technically I'm still really Kama. I'm just a part of her personality that's been cut off from the rest. I guess the simplest way I can put it is I'm like a virtual alter ego that only exists in this world. Alright, you want the truth? Here's the truth. I'm Kama's conscience. I'm the part of her that's always second-guessing everything she thinks and does. Like, is it really okay to boycott my job like this? Am I making trouble for Master? When should I wake up? And so on. It's embarrassing to admit that, but I can't help being what I am. That's why I'm down here in the lowest levels of Kama's mind, and why I'm not going to run away or attack you. Such a small conscience. So you have no intention of resisting, What about waking up? That would save us all a great deal of time. Well, since you did come all this way to meet me, I would certainly be willing to meet you halfway and wake up. But I'm afraid I'm not the key, and so I don't have the ability to do that. I was just wondering if I should go look for the key myself, but honestly, there's probably not much I could do with all my other big selves out there. Oh, so that's why you looked like you couldn't make up your mind about whether or not to go through that gate. That's adorable. Kind of is. If you're willing to wake up, can you help us? Yeah, we're not about to get lost here, though we have no idea where to go either, so I was thinking we could just use a guide. Blech. Tongue got tangled there. Well, if that's what you want, Master, I mean, I am your servant after all. But be absolutely clear, I'm just a single tiny part of Kama that thinks she should wake up. The other bigger parts still want to stay asleep and are relieving their stress in various ways here in this dream world. None of them will be nearly as willing to wake up. They might even try to attack you, so please, be careful, okay? Not to worry, that's why I'm here. I only hope these attacks are new and exciting. I hope they can teach me more about love. Oh, don't worry about her. I think she's just doing her best to improve her bridal appeal. Anyways, it sounds like we need to go through this gate, yeah? Now let's get going. Through the gate, through the gate, through the gate, through the gate, through the gate. Kama stress and only comes out for the boss fights. Truth. Truth. You speaketh the truth, Guardian. Alrighty. Kama chameleon. I like that Kama. That Kama, I'm kind of... Again, I prefer her older ascensions. Man, it's like there's more Kamas everywhere we go. Some of them are sunning themselves on the beach, some are getting a bite to eat, and it really seems like they're making the most of a vacation. I told you. Those are just parts of Kama's mind that have gone off on their own, like me. They're not like my physical ability to lift and accept and adapt to all human greed, which manifests as an aspect of Beast's, the third L's abilities. They're just different virtual aspects of Kama's desire to relax and unwind. So we don't have to do anything about them, let's just avoid them and keep going. Like you just saw, this world is divided up into several different areas. And in one of those areas is the part of me that is the key needed to wake me up. I'm sorry I didn't realize you were so stressed. You don't have to do anything to apologize, Master. And just to be perfectly clear, it's not the other servants' fault either. I mean, yeah, there are plenty of times they really got on my nerves, but even so. Honestly, I'm here now because I need to sort of defragment myself. It takes a lot of work for dangerous servants like us to stay in a place like Chaldea, you know. So sometimes we need to do a sort of maintenance. Something to work out the kinks, so to speak. Why do you think the other one, who's basically the same as me but nothing like me, is almost never around? She who shall not be named. She who shall not be named. I mean, who could I possibly be talking about? Wish I could remember, but I just can't. Darn. That's right, Kama. Kama knows. Tell me, are we going in the right direction? Where are we ultimately headed? Beats me. What was that? Jeez, you're a much more loyal dog than I thought, aren't you? Please don't bare your fangs at me. You are going to show us the key, right? Excuse me. Well, we made our way here because there's no way to search from the outside. If we can't search from in here either, then what's the point? That's because the key's changed her form a lot. That way, not even Parvati can find her from the outside. Serves her right. Basically, the key looks like a version of me that can only exist in this mindscape for numerous reasons. It was painfully obvious that someone would try to interfere, so that choice was made to tighten security. But don't worry, just heading down this path is getting us closer with every step. It's only a matter of time until we run into her. That's how this is set up. What do you mean? Well, right now, Master's the only human in this whole world. So, of course, my other self is going to seek him out of her own accord. There's nobody else but me in this world, after all. I can't change the fact that I'm a god of love, and I also can't love myself, so... Alright, I can at least make sure you're ready for what's to come. Here's a very important question for you, Master. Which version of me do you prefer? Small me, regular me, or my more demon kingly self? Okay. So I've already stated I do not prefer the small version. Do I prefer the Demon King or normal Kama then? Hey Viper, welcome to the stream. Howdy things. You are here at an important moment of Kama's interlude, where I must decide which version of Kama do I prefer most. And to help with this decision, I'm going to bring up the fategrandorder.fandom.com, and I'm going to compare and contrast all the two versions of Kama that I am at odds with myself about. So, Kama, Avenger. Let's see. So, Second Ascension. Second Ascension looks nice in both variants, you know. Very nice, very chill. Third Ascension, though. That Third Ascension, though, man. You know, your Summer Comet isn't even at her third stage 3, so you don't know. I mean, honestly, Third Ascension is damn. But I think it's because of that is the wrong choice. Because Kama wants wholesome. Deep down in her heart, she wants a wholesome thing. So saying we're the Demon King's loyal underling is kind of going against the wholesome and embracing her depravity. So I'm going to go with the normal size Kama. Well, but he always tells me how cute it is that I'm so small. I see. Okay then, I think you'll be very happy with what's to come, though maybe not in the way you were expecting. You choose 2 or 3 because you don't really care for Bobas. 3 is definitely a Bobas, though. 3, the Third Ascension that is one of her prime features. Ugh. I don't think you really need to worry about Bubba's. Pretty sure Kama's a dude. Okay, let's see where this interlude goes, because I am very much thrown off guard now. I'm kind of curious as to what the other interludes, what the other choices would be. Too slow. Damn it, he's so fast, and that hang time, what a crazy dunk. Looks like we win. So we're keeping this court for ourselves, just like we agreed. Oh my god, he's so cool. He seems so aloof, but he fights so passionately for his friends. What a guy. Why is she a guy? I told you I'd changed my form. I can't do that so easily on the outside thanks to this particular vessel, but this is a dream. I was male to begin with anyways, so I don't think it's really that odd. It's mostly just a way for me to avoid detection. You really don't need to read any deeper into it. So what is that other you doing? Blowing off some stress by play corrupting some NPCs he made for fun. As the key, he's closer to my true self than other parts of my mind. That's great and all, but what do we do now? Do I just tie him up with my thread and drag him back with us? It's not that simple. For one thing, I can't even leave unless we do something about him. And I don't mean ganging up and destroying him either. That comma there is basically the center of this world, so he can escape in a blink of an eye. So the first thing we need to do is pin him down so he can't get away. I'll stay here so he doesn't see me, and I'll get ready to hack into him, for lack of a better word. In the meantime, I'd like all of you to get his attention by letting him corrupt you so that he'll drop his guard. Otherwise, he'll be onto me in no time. Here, I'll give you some camouflage so he doesn't recognize you. I don't know what's going on, but I will give it a shot. You don't need a lolly seducing you. You already deal with that with Kana and Jack incident. Fair, Viper. Fair. Hello. Hello, hello. Seems you are the local champion of this sport. It's definitely better to be strong than weak. I can pay my respect easily enough, but how do I pretend to let him corrupt me? I actually don't even know the rules of this sport. Great game, wanna tell? Nah, that's okay. I can just use my shirt, see? Oh my god, did you see those abs? You can't do that, you'll catch a cold. Here. Why do I feel like the tiny comma changed us to female for this? I definitely feel like tiny comma changed my character to female for this. Oh, okay. Hey, this towel smells kind of nice. Thanks, I'll wash it and give it back to you. He's so sweet. Comma still comma, no matter the gender. Your principles dictate that you should not accept gifts from the weak. I need to lodge a complaint! Translators, how could you misspell weak? I need to lodge a formal complaint with the translators. They used the wrong form of weak. You cannot accept gifts from the concept of a weak. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. If, on the other hand, you believe they even used the right one in the next line. Oh, that's great. It's the little mistakes I love catching. Just the little things. If, on the other hand, you believe the weak's possessions are yours for the taking, then you should simply do so. But your non-committal wavering between refusal and acceptance only makes it harder for anyone to know where you stand. Scented fabric, huh? That's a good idea. I better write that one down so I don't forget it. You know, it kind of pisses me off that the fairies don't seem at all affected by this. But, whatever. Yeah. Huh? What the... Yeah, okay. Break time's over. No more need for camouflage either. If you become a girl, you're gonna have to throw hands. Salter and Jalter already did that. True. True. They did do that in the Shinjuku chapter. They did do that indeed. It's you. And Master, you came all this way just to wake me up. Looks that way. Hey, I'm Kama too, so I'm all about taking some well-deserved time off. But I think it's been long enough now that I can deal with going back. See, the thing is, Salter and Jalter made us cross-dress, or I'm pretty sure Kama used illusion magic. Or the fact that this is her dream, so she probably could go all the way there if she wanted, because it's a dream and she has full control, so... Besides, I wouldn't want to give Parvati the impression that I'm a second-rate god who can't even honor a servant contract. Forget it, I'm not done slacking off. I'm sick and tired of everyone using me for their own ends. I figured you'd say that. Okay, Master, I've got the key probably locked down now. Now you can capture him forcefully. Please be aware it's impossible for me to engage in combat in this world. Even though I were big enough to make a difference, I still can't attack myself here. Attacking leads to love. So does that mean the other Kama can't attack us either? That'll make this easy then. Fine, then I'll just do this, like how I made the NPCs. So you made some simple familiars. You really don't know when to quit, do you? Don't worry about hurting them, you three. They're not living, thinking things. They're just a bunch of animated magical energy. Attacking oneself is a form of love. It looks like proper human history is even more complicated and diverse than I realized. I clearly still have a great deal to learn. I'm a friend to brides everywhere, and a hard-working spinner fairy. I know all too well how easy it is to miss an easy deadline if you get in the habit of slacking off. So I'm going to whip you back into shape myself. Yeah, poor Barghest. Poor Barghest. She needs to learn how to, She needs to learn from a... I'm trying to think who would be the best teacher in Chaldea. I'm just trying to think of what relationships in Chaldea are healthy relationships. Also, revenge on Salter and Jalter? I mean, hey, let them have their fun. They didn't do any harm, let them have their fun, is what I say. Okay, it's a good thing that they're letting me use the support for these two, because I'm pretty sure neither of them are leveled up for myself. Extremist fans. No. No. That's refusing. Just checking if I have any long-term buffs that are worth using. Okay. Ba-da-bum-bum. They treated you as a trap. You don't think you can let that go. You know? Fair enough. If you can't let that go, then fair enough. Personally, I think the only reason I'm mildly fine with those occurrences are because Jalter is in the waifu status. So, you know, I'm more lenient for Jalter-based shenanigans. I can't recall that. Though even if they did, the picture wouldn't exist anymore since... Wait, no, they did return to Chaldea with us, didn't they? So yeah, that picture would be circulating somewhere. That picture would be circulating somewhere, wouldn't it? That does complicate matters. Barghest is AoE, right? Yes, Barghest is AoE. Or, both of them are AoE. Barghest is AoE, he says as he clicks on Habitat. Yeah, you're not going to be killing yourself here, Habitat. Not at all. I know, I'm making the joke because I accidentally clicked on Happy Cat as I said that. I love that she has the Black Barrel as her NP. It makes no sense. This tiny, tiny little fairy has one of the most destructive weapons in existence as her NP. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with using Barghest, honestly. I just got her today, because I just remembered the whole, exchange ticket thing today, so yeah. I still haven't relaxed enough. Well, I don't think HP recovery per turn is going to help your friend here, comma. I don't think it's going to help him. Very nice, Vargas. Very, very nice. Read her skills and not be a dumbass like you. Fair. Very fair. But, I mean, I kind of figured that the quest wouldn't be that difficult, so I did want to just save for the big burst at the end. Oh, well, I guess this means it's time to pack it in. If it's me telling me to wake up, who am I to argue? Whoa, you're big now. This is my normal small size. Not that teeny tiny weirdness I had going on, but whatever. Chalk it up to me having more data or whatever. More importantly, I have the key parameters now, and I already undid the lock. Just give me a moment while I open up the way for you to get back. Thanks, comma, for helping us wake yourself up. It was nothing. Besides, I shouldn't have let my boycott go on as long as it did. Yeah, I'd been meaning to ask you this once this is all settled. How'd this get started anyway? Honestly, I'm still kind of shocked how the god of love would even boycott their job at all. I mean, even putting marriage aside for now, love's the strongest parameter of all, right? You certainly don't beat around the bush, do you, short stuff? And I can't even get too mad at you since you're a fairy, and I wasn't even originally mixed up. Since you were a fairy, and weren't even originally mixed up in this. Damn, Parvati really knows what she's doing when she picked who to send. Pisses me off how deviously virtuous she can be. Alright, fine. There's no point in telling you this, but since we need to kill time until your way back opens up anyway, I might as well. Love is love. Its power is both artlessly powerful and hilariously dull. It's so damn strong it has a natural tendency to draw what's around it in. Depravity, desire, death, distress, despair, all sorts of things. Good and bad. Managing all that and thinking about it constantly is really, really tiring. I see, so it's not like you got sick of love then. But hey, there's nothing wrong with taking a break when you're tired. I certainly don't see a problem with it. Huh? So a little break's fine, but you probably shouldn't give up entirely, you know? I get that thinking about all that stuff all the time has got to be exhausting, but I'm also pretty sure that people at Chaldea aren't going to take out their romantic frustrations on you, or blame you for any unhappy accidents involving love and stuff. Well, I guess they might do that sort of thing every now and then, but I really don't think they'd hold any unreasonable grudges or anything like that. I mean, when they're all ready to lay down their lives in service of our goal here, they tend not to get too hung up on the little things, you know? And if I can tell that even after just getting here, there's no way you don't know, right? So like I said, there's nothing wrong with taking a break when you're worn out. But if you're going to spend all your time doing a sleeping beauty, you'll never get to enjoy the fun parts of love. You said yourself love can be fun too, so you know that'd be a waste, right? Oh, and of course that goes for the stuff happening with Master too. I've been paying close attention to that. I swear this whole problem with you fairies are all so damn easygoing. Of course I know all that. Why do you think I've been stuck around? It's nothing. There, look, the way back's open now. Oh yeah, guess I'd better start reeling in my string then. As long as we follow this, we'll make it back no problem. Alright, let me know as soon as you feel anyone's romantic prospects blooming, okay? Miss Crane and I'll make the best brown dress you've ever seen. She's got awesome fashion sense, you know. Vargas is good at healing and debuffing. I did see that defense drop she inflicted. So, I do look forward to using Vargas as soon as, you know, she's higher up on the level up order, because I have to add her to the level up order first things first, and then, you know, people need to spend channel points to boost her to she's next. I think I'll even I'm going to put her where I think she would want to be. Right below the gorilla that is Gawain. could I talk to you about something? Oh my, a secret chat just as you're about to leave? You must really not want anyone else hearing. Certain Dumb must regret her skill and use her sooner in Solomon. Ooh, you had her all the way back then? Damn! It's not like that. I just, thought this would be a good way to kill time. Anyway, there's something I wanted to ask you in your capacity as a god of love. I only know one form of love myself. It's a kind of love I'm terrifyingly helpless against. It burns me from the inside out with irresistibly fierce passion and impulses. So I was just wondering what your kind thinks of that sort of love. I may not be able to do anything about it since I'm a fairy, but you being a fairy has nothing to do with it. It's not a fairy thing. There are plenty of humans out there who love exactly like that. So I can tell you for certain that your form of love is as valid as any other. So, I don't think that anything of that form of love. I can't even say whether it's good or bad. I'll just smile and say it exists, so saith this lazy god of love. I see. I think Bargus' kind of love is a tragic kind of love, honestly. Good morning. Morning, Kama. I swear, do you know how much trouble you've been made for everyone? What are you talking about? Is sleeping a crime now? Besides, I was just about to wake up anyway. I was all sick to get back to work when I woke up too, but now that you forced me to get up, I don't feel like it anymore. Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, buff clearing NPs and stuff are the kind of stuff you need to stay on top of. Of course, I'm oblivious to that, even with some of my most used servants. Like, I was wondering through the course of the latest event, man, why is Lambda hitting these enemies through their evasion with her NP? Lo and behold, her NP removes that kind of stuff, and I did not even realize it because I didn't read it. So you're not alone, Viper. You're not alone. But yeah, Kama, you're sounding like a kid that hates studying. Yes, yes, whatever you say. At any rate, I'm glad you finally decided to join us again. Okay, my work here is done. Thank you both for your help again. Don't worry about it. Besides, I didn't even do anything. Though we were just about to try. Now I wish I'd started drawing on her face instead of trying to mix my paints exactly right. Why do you have the paint set spread out next to me? Go on and get out of here, all of you. You got it. Oh, but one last thing before I go. You and Bessies get fed up with each other sometimes, right? Sorry if I've been annoying you by inviting you out too often lately. It's fine, this wasn't your fault, not that you haven't been annoying me. You know, if you really want to make it up to me, you could do a lot worse than bringing me some fancy sweets. I think that's the least you could do to show your sincerity. I can take that to mean you're always up for a sweets party. Okay, I'll bring a bribe for you next time I come by to hang out. I like their friendship. Good grief, that may have not been the most graceful way to take some time off, but at least I did get some rest up. I think the fact that I was just letting myself be bombarded with requests only made me more exhausted. So maybe it'd be better for me to go back to being a little more proactive then. They do say the key to staying healthy is to get regular exercise after all. So maybe it's time I got back to my godly duties. It should be good rehab for me too. Be warned, Chaldeans. Coming to me for love doesn't guarantee you'll be happy with the outcome. Remember, nothing about love guarantees that it will make you happy. So if you're going to seek my help, make sure you think it through. Oh, Kama, you are a mischievous little goddess of love, aren't you? But Kama does have a point. Love would be a very tiring domain to preside over, because there is all the different kinds of love. I want to see if I can't get the alternative forms for that, or if I pick the right one. I don't know how to do this though. Main interlude records? No. Event quest log? No. Main records? No. Is there no way to review? I thought for sure it would be here, but it's not. Well, that's annoying. I guess I'm gonna have to look it up on YouTube at a later time. So, who's next as far as the interludes goes? I've got about 139 AP left to go here. Let's go up and do Bedivere, I think. Even at the cost of my life is the name of this interlude. We will bring a Castoria. And since it is this, we will... Actually, let me see. Do I have an interlude squad set up? I don't really have an interlude squad set up, do I? No, I do not. Okay, so... let's clear this party. And then go down here. This can be the interlude squad. So we need Bedi. Where is Bedivere? Where can he be? Hey, Mordred. Welcome to the stream. How be things, do this. Clear, and Barghest there. And then the Jalters. -1s across the board. Roger, Mordred. Roger. Hey, real quick, before you go to sleep, Mordred, do you know if there's any way to check out, previous interlude scenes? Anywhere at all, other than looking them up on YouTube? Because I just did Kama's latest interlude, and I wanted to see the other choice results, since we got a, male version of Kama in the teen form, and I'm curious if that's just because I chose the right choice, or what. I looked in my room, but I couldn't see it anywhere. I even went into the servant records. But, -3, so I know who you want. Materials, okay. I will have to check that out then. I'm guessing you want them equalized at this point, Mordred? At both -9. Good morning, Master. What do you have planned for today? I shall accompany you no matter your destination. Ray shifting, perhaps training in the simulator. After all, I am here on behalf of Miss Mash today. I will try my very best to be of help to you. Mordred, there's only one more position down that either of them can get below, and that is below the Bunny King. And at this point, you're better served by raising the Bunny King up above them in the future. Just so you know. Just so you know. It'd be quicker to raise the Bunny King up than to lower both of them down. What's wrong with Mash? Miss Mash is having her medical check today. I understand she must remain in the exam room all day. Medical checks are important, as you are aware. Chaldea is isolated from the rest of the world and located in an extreme environment. Our bodies and minds are under incredible pressure. We must always be aware of this. Of course, we face the unprecedented threat that is the incineration of humanity. This is an old interlude, way back in the days of the incineration of humanity. While the flames we face and the biting cold of Chaldea's environment are quite different in nature, they can both be said to be exceptionally difficult environments. That is the challenge that everyone here in Chaldea faces, yourself included, Master. As such, frequent checkups are of critical importance. Understood? Thanks for looking out for me, Bedi. Your words humble me. Permit me to remind you once more, I'm here as a substitute for Miss Mash today. As such, please ask me for anything. I'm your attendant, your butler. I'm your servant today in every possible sense of the word. How about training in the simulator, or observing and monitoring the remnants of this from the singularities would be appropriate as well. Battling to gain something is what will lead to further growth for you, Master. Battles for the sake of the grand order. Or rather, battles to continue your survival will eventually wear you down. Your soul, your psyche, or speaking in modern terms, your nerves. But why did you delete 1.4 terabytes of audiobooks, by the way, Mordred, if you don't mind me asking? That's more of a medical term, by the way, Bedi. There's one thing that crossed my mind, Master. Normally, I wouldn't dare mention something like this to others, but in your particular case, I'm sure he would be happy about it without a doubt. He is that kind of knight. While any such approval given would be ex post facto, unworthy though I am, I shall eventually gain it. When you said knight... Yes, actually. My comrade, the man who is the epitome of freedom, Sir Tristan, hands out a certain place... has a certain place to head in every free moment. Occasionally I accompany him. I believe it's a wonderful place to relax. But please, keep that to yourself. The rec room, I'm guessing? Ah, you're 5... Okay, gotcha. Well, I hope that works out okay. Mordred, I hope that works out okay, and I hope you get some good sleep. Is that where you think it is? Let's head over there right away. I will leave a note for Sir Tristan. Let's go. We're on a journey with Bedi. It's in the simulator. You are less enthused than expected. My apologies. Perhaps I built up your expectations too much. I must reflect on my presentation. As you can see, this is a virtual creation in the simulator. We're not actually outside of Chaldea. Still, it gives me a sense of peace. I hope it works for you as well, Master. I do wonder just how big the simulator room is, because it can get pretty vast in there. Initially, even I was skeptical about whether or not this would work. I accompanied Sir Tristan to watch him go fishing and listen to his rant that was nothing but difficult to understand. There was nothing in particular to do except spend time just watching the sea and sky, but surprisingly doing so felt peaceful, or rather, it calmed me. And I wanted you to experience that same sense of peace, or at least the calming effect. Have I overstepped my boundaries? No. Taking a brace is nice sometimes. We, in the far distant future, will be helping a goddess come out of a days-long break. Thank you, Master. Then how about this? Would you like to try night fishing? Sir Tristan uses his fail knot to skillfully catch a great many fish. We don't have any fishing gear, though. Ah, but we do. I had Miss Da Vinci prepare us some. And that much I planned ahead. I'm excited to provide you with the best fishing experience ever. I believe I opened up the multi-purpose window. Now I equip the extra item and we're all set. Well, I'm sure there are other ways to do so, but I don't have as much experience with the simulator. I understand Miss Zhongqi is quite well versed in such things. She even brings things like alcohol with her, I'm told. But let's do it this way for today. After you, Master. The bait is already on the hook, so please, cast it out to sea with all your might. Such bold and brazen movement. Amazing. Wonderful. Have you by chance tried fishing before? Yes. I have fished before. And I got a fish hook stuck in my head. That's the truth, by the way. When I was a kid, I stepped behind one of my uncles while they were casting their line out. And on the backswing, their fish hook got caught in my head. It was not pleasant. I remember panicking a lot. And now the main event. Well, there is nothing special to do now. At night, when the boundaries between the sky and sea are blurred, we just listen to the waves. And please relax, there's no need to feel rushed or impatient. Please sit back and enjoy this leisure time. I'll watch your line, so please don't worry. This is something I've never said before. Nor did Tristan say this. But at times I find myself thinking this. Tristan was torn between two Isuits, and his fate led him to lose his life by the water. Or rather, his soul. Perhaps that is why he cannot be apart from the water. Even now he could be waiting for that ship with the shining, pale white sail. Something's biting. It's splashing. It must be a big one. It's like Sir Kay swinging among the fishes. This may be even bigger than that. I've never seen such an intense tug on a fishing line. Could be a red snapper, mackerel, or even a tuna. Let's reel it in, Master. Just like humans take pictures of fish to record their greatest catches, we can capture its data and show it off to Miss Mash and Sir Tristan. Both of my commas are level 90. Viper. It sure make them smile. Let's do this. Right now, Jalter is in the Zolter is getting Grails to 100 now, and then it's going to be... But also, I'm working on getting Melt to 120. Bye, Mordred. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on Monday. Mordred did give me an idea of how to find it, by the way, Viper, so you should be fine. I'll be going looking again after this interlude. The fish we caught is actually not a fish. Enemy. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I must have made some kind of mistake when I set up the system. Doing something one is unaccustomed to can cause such trouble. I pulled an all-nighter studying the manual, but I'm no good at learning new things. No, now's not the time for lamentations. Master, your commands. I'm prepared to make amends for my misconduct, or rather, I'm prepared to finally accept what punishment you deem fitting. But first, we have an enemy to fight. I swear by my Argot Lem, I will dispose of this immediately. Let's do this, Bedi! Switch on. Argot Lem. Little demons. And not a single Bedi card in sight. But yeah, Mordred did give me an idea of how to find it, so I'm going to give it a look there, and if I can't find it there, then I'm going to just have to resign myself to looking it up on the YouTubes later. Beep, boop, bop. And now you found it. Nice. As soon as you say you can't find it, you find it. That's how it always goes, though, right? It's always in the last place you look. Or you find it as you're about to give up hope on finding it. I should have done this a little bit ago. See, Bedi is a single target, so I don't really need to pour my all into this. And I'm mainly waiting because I feel like he's gonna have, like, there's a big enemy at this point, in some points in time. My tongue didn't get tied, and excuse me. And I just lost all audio. Is there still gameplay audio for you? Hang on. Do you still have gameplay audio? Because I'm not hearing anything. My gameplay audio has completely silenced because my headphones are shit. There's no gameplay audio. Okay. Speakers for the gaming headset. Okay, unplug. I just need to get new headphones at this point. Okay. I mean, my voice is at least coming through, but for some reason the game's volume isn't. My headphones are lighting up. Did I hit a button? Buttons, buttons, buttons on the headphones. Nope, that's not doing anything. Headphones, why did you have to die in the middle of a stream? I'm not getting any desktop audio. Okay, I'm gonna unplug my headphones completely now. Unless I press something on my phone? No. Phone volume is up. Output device. Why am I not getting any audio? Okay, my computer has audio. It's gotta be reflector. Did reflector bug out? From a sneeze? Why does a sneeze bug out reflector? Come on. Okay, I'm gonna do disconnect the device, X out of reflector. I'm gonna have to resync, relaunch reflector. Okay, I'm seeing desktop audio now. I just don't have any audio myself. Are you getting the game's audio now, though? Up. Actually, I can. Why am I asking when it's gonna be a delayed response? I can just check on my Twitch side of things. Actually, I can. Why am I? Yep. Look, sounds like audio's back. My headphones are they're done. I need to get new headphones at this point. Okay. Classic BAQ maneuver. So that's unfortunate that my headphones just died on me. Yeah, I gotta keep them plugged in for the time being, though, because if I unplug my headphones, then the audio is going to come out of my monitor, and that's going to cause some weird feedback as far as the stream goes. Yeah, I'm just going to have to be blind, or not blind, I'm going to have to be deaf. I am deaf for the time being. And I need to see about investing in some headphones. Maybe see about some wireless headphones, because honestly these headphones, the main connecting cord has been kind of frayed for a little while now, so in the grand scheme of things, I'm not too surprised they broke down. Let's see if they have any wireless Logitechs. Another interlude clear, at least. Dead end. Argetlam. Please, allow me to apologize once more. Even though it was only in the simulator, my most important job is to keep you safe. It appears my efforts were fruitless once again. I'm sorry, soul. You should find it after the servant's 4th ascension. Okay. I'll have to take a look through things. But there's nothing to forgive, Bedi. Nobody got hurt, so everything is A-okay. Thank you so very much. I'm undeserving of such kindness. Now, I believe it would be a waste to leave this, so let's eat it. Pardon? You do know this is all virtual, right, Bedi? I have memories of my previous life, for instance, from the Roundtable Analytics, Kate Arthur, number 8. Food is all the same. Nutrition is nutrition, even monster meat. Well, if King Arthur said so, then... Now, Master, repeat. You're kind of crazy like that. What are you talking about, Master? Why are you backing away, Master? Check Newegg. Actually, no. Check my local Best Buy. Should always support your local businesses if you can. Once again, my apologies. But I'm glad. You cleaned your plate completely, now that I've learned more about your food preferences. In order for you to enjoy my dishes more in the future, I will continue to hone my skills. Where are we? The seaside we visited in Sir Tristan's place of relaxation. Now, we're at mine. It's quite similar to a certain place in Britain. A place of peace. Well, admittedly, this tranquil place where I allow my mind to race. It is a place that helps me renew my resolve and reinvigorate my soul, so maybe a stretch to call this place a place of peace. Care to share, Bedi? Gosh darn, wireless headsets are expensive as heck! Hundreds of dollars for wireless! Yes, Master. Once Britain was a nation under constant threat of attack, never peaceful or stable. Many fell victim to that strife, and I could do nothing to save them. The giant of Mont Saint Michael, a fearsome giant, was wreaking havoc on Mount Saint Michael of Brittany, and kidnapped Princess Helena, the niece of the King of Brittany. Once King Arthur took Sir Kay and myself to hunt the giant down and rescue her. On that quest, to be honest, I was of no help to the two of them. King Arthur and Sir Kay defeated the giant in a gruesome battle that took and brought some peace to Brittany. On the other hand, I could not save the princess. I was too late, powerless as I am. Princess Helena, known for her grace, had her young and promising life plucked away, and we only found her pitiful corpse. I couldn't save the people dear to me. First Princess Helena, then the Battle of Camlan, my king, Arthur. I failed not once, but twice. Bedi. This place, it reminds me of where Princess Helena drew her last breath. Every time I stand here, it reminds me that I'm a powerless knight. I am but a man who lost the two people he swore to protect. This is the place where I vow to never repeat those mistakes. Ever. Master, I am a weak, powerless man who does not deserve to be numbered among the Knights of the Round Table. And yet, no, because of that, I offer you this vow, knowing that my manifestation here truly was a miracle. I shall protect you, Master, who fights these brutal battles to defend humanity's future. No matter how powerful our coming enemies may be, no matter how cruel the fate we may be, your life, your heart, your body, I shall protect until the very end. Thank you, Sir Bedivere. Yes, soul. I swear I will live up to your expectations. Okay, I think I might have found a replacement headset. Bedi's NP is ranked up to increase the Buster effectiveness and even more damage dealt. And his profile has updated. So, following what Mordred had said, it was my room material. Okay, maybe he was wrong. He had to have been wrong then. Unless it's servant material? Okay, I'm listening, Mordred. I'm listening, Viper. Mordred obviously didn't know properly. No, this is showing the ones I don't have. Not Avenger. Oh, there it is. I think I found it. Yep, I found it. I'm good. You woke up today and you had a dream of Gorgon. What's wrong with Gorgon? Okay, it depends. I guess it depends on which variant of Gorgon, because Gorgon can either be the evil Gorgon as from Babylonia, or Gorgon can be Anna. I prefer to think of Gorgon in Chaldea as Anna. Alright, let's see. So, is small a wrong choice here? Smash like small builds. Not that I need to concern myself with that at all. I mean, why would that matter to me? I see. Okay, then I think you'll be very happy with what's to come, not in the way you're expecting. Get separated from your mom? That's awful. So smart, trust, stay put, waiting for a night. I'm crying. I'm so impressed. Or I'll ask them, be back with your mom in no time. Okay, so I'm just curious at this point. What are all of the different versions of Kama gonna look like? At this point, I'm just curious as to what all the different Kamas look like. We saw Kid Kama, Teen Kama. What does adult male Kama look like? I'm curious at this point, more than anything else. Really? Generic anime pro tag look. Really, Kama? Really? Okay. Alright. That was an amusing check. Alright. So, now we can get to another interlude. So, I still have 127 AP because I have a ton of AP right now. Let's see here. Who else do I want to do today? Could do Gareth and Percival. I mean, honestly, though, my throat is starting to hurt, and I'm more than a little pissed that my headphones just completely are fried at this point. You know what? I think just because of that, I'm going to have to call it here. I'm not doing as much as I wanted to, but again, my headphones died, and I can't even hear what's going on. Zahak, no, you came just as I'm about to end the stream, because my headphones died. My headphones literally died. I sneezed, and I lost audio for like 10 minutes, and even now, I can't hear what's going on. So yeah, I need to see about getting new headphones here. But yeah, I'm a little pissed, so I'm gonna end this stream here. No worries, Zahak, no worries. Thank you for the raid, though. Thank you kindly for the raid. But yeah, I'm gonna call today's stream here. Monday, I'll be back, and I think on Monday, I will start making a dent in the Avalon Lefebvre requests that I've kind of been procrastinating doing. Because they're half AP, so I may as well make use of them. But I'm going to call it here. So, I've been SoulRackDragon. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same games. There's plenty of content for you all to enjoy. But once again, thank you all so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody.